This video shows healthy firefighters, the Skellefteå model. This protocol reduces firefighters' exposure to toxic substances found in products of combustion. The Skellefteå model is based on research, experience, and simplicity. The model shows simple methods for converting harmful habits into good habits in the work environment, thereby reducing the risk of occupational illnesses.
Today we're going to be doing decontamination training, where we're going to be actually going outside. We're going to get, all right, we have a call. Let's get going, guys.
When responding to an alarm, firefighters don clean turnout gear. All calls should start with gear and equipment that has been thoroughly decontaminated. All surfaces and tools used by firefighters are free from contamination.
All right, guys, we're going to bus versus a vehicle. The vehicle's on fire. We don't know if there's anybody strapped.
Vehicle positioning at a working fire is important to limit the amount of exposure. If possible, stage the apparatus upwind at a safe distance. When conducting size-up, the incident commander always has proper PPE. Size-up and situational awareness takes place outside the smoke envelope if possible. When working in an IDLH environment, skin and airways are always protected. When it is not feasible to attack the fire upwind, use a ventilation fan instead, if possible, to minimize contamination of protective equipment.
All right, slow down. All right, good, good.
The pump operator, those conducting outside ventilation, or others working outside the IDLH environment must all have protected airways and skin. For all operations requiring overhaul, salvage, or investigation, personnel must have access to skin and respiratory protection, including correct PPE and filter masks. After an incident or during rehab, exposed skin is wiped off. The less time between exposure and wiping, the lower the skin absorption. Dry skin is wiped with a wet wipe or towel. Wet skin is wiped with a dry wipe or towel. Prioritize the most permeable areas, such as face, neck, forearms, and hands. All contaminated gear and equipment is bagged for transport back to quarters to avoid exposure and secondary contamination. It is important to quickly change into clean station wear to eliminate contact with contaminated clothing. In the event another call comes in on the way back to the station, it's easy to don bunker gear if it is packed in the correct order. wet post-fire decontamination also occurs. Consistently bagging contaminated equipment ensures toxic particles are not distributed and the interior of the cab stays clean. Encapsulated, contaminated gear and equipment is transported easily and in a controlled manner without cross-contaminating the rig or station. It is important that contaminated turnout gear is cleaned separately from uniforms, station wear, personal clothing, and linen. It is important to shower as soon as possible upon return to the station to remove particles on the skin. Soak the body with cool water to keep pores from opening more than necessary. Wash head to toe with appropriate soap or shampoo and rinse. Then shower normally. The decontamination room should be under pressure ventilation to prevent the distribution of contaminated particles. Bunker gear is unpacked and prepared for washing under controlled procedures. All parts of the decontamination process are performed while wearing a respirator and gloves. SCBA, gloves, helmets, and boots are cleaned in the decon washer. To prevent off-gassing, contaminated fire hoses are soaked in water until cleaned. Drying cabinets are used to keep the process quick and gentle. Other gear and equipment is cleaned using the appropriate method. The decontaminated gear, equipment, and tools are restored for new calls.